Yeah, I mean, it was farm to table. So from the soil to the cask to the bottle to the label to the glass, we were doing all of it. Wine to the French is very important. It's important because what it is this is a bottle of conversation. It was essentially there was like a battle of sommeliers. Wine is so old and so like original and classy, and people aren't going to be walking around the club with a glass of wine. Yeah. And if you do, you're kind of a crazy person. Yeah. So much out there, and there's so much good information on, like, if you want to get into wine and you really want to understand it, there are so many resources that you can use that allow you to go to the store and make an educated decision. Dom Perignon is not that much better than like some cheap Prosecco. It's really not.
Really?
It's going to ruffle some feathers. So here's the thing about 19 Crimes. I'm going to tell you what I think it smells like. That's one of the worst wines I've ever had in my life, and I'm so glad that you brought it. So, you know, what's funny is I was going to actually say this. One of the interesting facts about me is that I'm French and I'm Canadian, but I am not French-Canadian, and je déteste les Québécois, because I'm not a fan. So it is so funny. It is so
this
funny.
In the golf trip, and I'm like, oh,
it is actually that makes for good content.
Okay.
So I'm French and I'm Canadian, but when it comes to like wine to the French is very important. It's important because what it is this is a bottle of conversation.
You got your camera there. So yeah.
This is conversation right here. So when you sit down at a table with the people that you love and you pop open a wine and you pour a glass and you drink it and you talk and you converse, people are happy. So it's a conversation starter, really is. So like and then also like food pairings are incredible. If you haven't got a good wine and paired it with a good food that matches that wine, you're missing out.
Yeah, you can cook a little bit.
Yeah, I love cooking.
Yeah, God.
So like, that's because I grew up with, a French mother that would cook very good meals and pair it with very good wines, and I got, I was lucky to have that experience. But that's just culturally, from a cultural standpoint of the French, is that wine is one of the biggest things in in a family sense, like one of the biggest things that brings people together.
Yeah.
Same thing with Italian culture and Spanish culture are very similar too. Chilean, Argentinian.
Ooh. I've had Argentinian wine. I love it.
Argentinian wines are really good. They only really do one varietal well, and that would be a Malbec. So they make a very good high country Malbec, because they grow it up in the mountains and the terroir for a Malbec with a higher elevation creates a better Brix content. With a better Brix content makes a better, tastier, more alcoholic wine. Because the Brix is just a measurement of the sugar before you finish the fermentation process.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you'll have to walk me through the. What's the right word? The chemistry of almost wine.
Yeah.
In a way?
So here, I'll pour you a little taste of some Sancerre.
Oh. Which
is, we're gonna do small pours so that we can have each wine and not stumble on our words.
Yeah.
So Sancerre, this is a product of France from the French AOC, Maison de Madeleine, which is the vineyard that it's from. This is a very easy drinking white wine that's not super sweet but not super dry, and pairs very well with a white fish. So if you were to have tilapia, haddock, mackerel, even lobster, crab, something like that, really good with seafood, almost a little bit salty. It's got good legs on it. So if you chin chin salut, if you spin your wine around in the glass, kind of like this, and you look at the glass and you see how it kind of sticks to the edges and runs down the sides.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Those are called legs. So
I've heard about this. So my cousin's a sommelier.
Yeah. So when your wine has good legs, essentially the legs, the deeper, the thicker the legs are, the more acidic the wine is. With a higher acidity, the better it cuts through fat in your palate. So if you have a fatty piece of meat, like a nice ribeye or a cheese, and you've got a really strong leg, that's going to cut through well, and that's going to be a good pairing.
Man.
And then you can look at like the color and the paleness and the overall kind of like visual texture. Really important to get a smell in there.
Yeah, so you have to, because once again, when coming, I know you said you grew up with, like your parents enjoying wine. So do you want to say like, did you mention that they never had a vineyard though, right? No. But weren't they? I thought there was something that they did involving wine specifically.
So
I remember you telling me.
My mom's family in France has multiple farms.
Right. Okay. So I wasn't that far off.
Yeah. No.
I was worried. I'm like, oh no.
No. So like, there's like the farming side of that, and that's one of my biggest hobbies is like farming and understanding farming and whatever. That could be a topic on another show some other time, because I would get way too deep into that for no reason.
We'll have you back.
That would be great. But the wine side, I actually worked at an estate winery here in New Hampshire, and we planted the vines, cultivated them, collected the grapes, smashed them down.
Press them yourself?
Yeah. I mean, it was farm to table. So from the soil to the cask to the bottle to the label to the glass, we were doing all of it.
Wow.
So I got a first-hand look at.
Was this in high school or before?
No, this is during college.
Okay.
It was like started as like a part-time thing, just kind of like over the summer. I'm gonna work at the Vineyard, and
where was it?
Flag Hill in Lee.
Oh. Okay.
And so I was working there, and I got to see the really interesting side of vineyard cropping and understanding how vineyards worked. What leads to a good wine, and why is it so hard to make a good red wine from a cold climate?
Talk about all of it.
It's really cool. So
this is kind of cool. You continue.
Yeah, so that's the distillery, that's the vineyard. It's a wedding venue as well. Beautiful, beautiful place. So like that's, yep. So the grapes and these, the cool thing about this place was that we also did, whiskeys and
that's
tequilas,
right?
and yeah, it's part of the distillery. Okay. But the grains that we used for the whiskey, we would grow on site. Like there's the corn for the bourbon. And then we grew rye for the rye. And then, obviously you distill it and you make your whiskey. You got, your neutral grain spirit. That's like something you just add to a beverage to make it alcoholic. So if you were to make like a blueberry, like a spiked blueberry drink, you just use a neutral grain spirit, and it's super simple. But the cool part about the wine is like the amount that goes into the farming side that affects the flavor.
Yeah.
So if you get a wine from the Lodi region of California.
The what region?
Lodi. So it's the Lodi region of California in 2018, I believe. It's either 18 or 19. Each of those wines in that region is super smoky. It's because in 18 they had a horrible wildfire that in the surrounding area that created a lot of smoke, and the vines are taking that smoke in, and then you take the grapes off those vines that were just smoked out for like a year, and then you make the wine, and the wine is smoky. So there's stuff that small, not that a wildfire is small, but there are things that like far away from it that affect it that much that makes such a big difference. You could have I could buy 5 of these bottles and each of them tastes different, just because they were maybe harvested one day after another. Wow. That's why they have vintages on every bottle. So this is a 2023 vintage. This is a 2024, I believe. Yep, 2024 vintage. Each vintage has a different flavor, even though it's the same exact wine.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, what's a price range that you for like this wine that we're drinking?
Yeah,
right now?
so this right here, this is I wouldn't say it's more expensive. I'd say it's a mediocre expensive wine. This is like I got it on sale, but it was originally like $45 for a bottle.
Oh, okay.
So this ended up being like $34 at the liquor outlet. And this is a good $34 wine. Like a really good
So
one.
That's what you'll have to really break down.
Right.
So when we get going.
This Chateau Beauchesne, so like this, the Côte d'Aron here.
Is that what we had first when we first started?
Côte
Oh, wait,
d'Aron?
no, you didn't open it.
No,
yet.
this
Okay,
is
no.
the only one
this
we've
is
had so
okay.
far. This Côte d'Aron is like a $20 bottle of wine, but it tastes incredible, and it's very, very good. This is better than a lot of $200 bottles I've had.
Really?
So you have to really play your cards right. If you drink a $7 bottle of wine, it's probably going to taste like a $7 bottle of wine. Like I saw that Apothic one that you got. Those are typically very bad.
Yeah.
But it's a good control, right? To see.
Well, that's why I didn't. I'm like I didn't have with all the car stuff or whatever. I'm like, all right, what's something that I don't, because I'm like I don't want to act like I can like impress you with any wine, because obviously I wouldn't be able to. But then I'm just like, I don't know
what are good for content, right?
Yeah.
Like what's good for content, and it's
Right.
good because you're going to be able to taste that and then taste this, or actually one of those other ones you got is also really good. Juggernaut, I believe.
Juggernaut. Yeah.
That's a really good.
I had this forever ago, so I don't remember what this tastes like.
That's a really good cheap cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's just very. That's one thing you'll get with Cabernet, with Cab Sauv, is that it'll be pretty dang consistent. They're very well monitored. They're easy tempered grapes. They're easy to use, easy to taste, and they pair well with a lot of food.
Yeah.
Whereas like this is a little bit more niche, I suppose. Like a Sancerre is a little more niche. Côte d'Aron is like a good table wine, which is just like put it on the table. Everybody has a glass. Everybody will enjoy it. It's not going to be too crazy.
So you're thinking like some of the best places for wine that you've had is like, once again, like all European stuff, right? Like, do you think they do it the best?
I think there's an argument.
Or I guess you said South American too with Chile.
Yeah, their market's a little smaller, so I don't really put them in with the big dogs. The big dogs
What are the big dogs?
The big dogs would be California and France, Spain, Italy.
So you can bring up the California wine with like the European wine, like, and they can hold their own.
Yeah, I mean there was the whole Treaty of Paris, where there was the. Do you remember that? Like the whole story between the New World and the Old World wines, where the Old World wines were.
Educate me.
So it was.
Sorry.
It was essentially there was like a battle of sommeliers, because the Californians came out with a bunch of wines, and it was like, our wine is better than your wine. And so you get people in the old world and, with old vines that have been doing this forever, that are, the best at what they do. And they come over and they do a blind taste test with California wines, the best sommeliers in the world, and the European wines, and it's blind. The California wines win.
Really?
And that's where California popped off and was like, see, we told you we were better. And then,
So this is back in the 40s?
This is pre-World War II.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Like I said, dude, you got to educate me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Also, once again, too, you basically, when it comes to drinking wine, like some of my friends will be like, they'll mention like, hey, so like you try to you mix it, or not, you stir it basically, or
So all you have to do, so it's not super.
But my friends are telling me with $30 Target wine or whatever, which is cool. Like, it's great for
You
what
still
it is.
want
But
to do it.
But I'm just saying, they're like, you need to have it hit the front of your tongue first. I'm like, dude, get out of here. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So some
I
people
never want to. I enjoy wine, but I never want to act like I know what I'm talking about, because I never did.
Some people are they go a little overhand with it. The important part is, like, the only reason that I ever spin my wines is to either A, check the legs, kind of check the texture, and then B, aerate it. Get some air in there, make sure that it breathes. You don't have to really let a white wine breathe, but something like this. Just because there's no tannins in a white wine, and so the reason that you let it breathe is because you want the oxygen to get into the tannins and create a heavier tannin profile. So I'll open this up. So a lot of people cut these off. I always spin them off.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
because it makes it a little easier that way.
What's your favorite French wine then?
Côte d'Aron. Anything Côte d'Aron really.
Côte d'Aron.
Côte d'Aron, this is a Côte d'Aron.
Okay.
Châteauneuf du Pape is good too, but it's a little overpriced and it can be iffy.
What's the most expensive bottle you've had before? Whether someone offered it to you or...
I had a bottle of an expensive bottle of Stag's Leap, which is like one of the, if you know wine, you know Stag's Leap.
Stag's Leap, okay.
And it was good, but it was underwhelming.
Yeah, because the wine can only be so good, right? It's almost like champagne in a way.
Well, I mean, champagne is wine.
No, I mean but
like Dom Perignon is not that much better than like some cheap Prosecco. It's really not.
Really?
That's gonna ruffle some feathers. But
yeah,
because inherently with champagne, you're probably drinking champagne after you've had a lot to drink already, and you're not gonna taste that much.
Yeah, dude. Like even Jesus, one of his. It's funny. People always say, well, Jesus turned water into wine. Well, he also gave the worser tasting wine and left it for the end of the...
Yes, correct, because he knew.
So, like even Jesus knew what he was doing.
Of course he did. He knows everything.
Well, yeah, he knew. Oh, my gosh, man. This is cool. I'm even thinking, like, maybe we should just break, because we got a lot still to get through, so, like, we might have to split this into 2 episodes and just do the wine as 1 episode.
We could do a whole episode on wine.
We would need more.
It would be
we need to bring a lot of stuff, and I'd have to pull my weight. I'd be like, Rick, tell me what stuff to get.
I'd have to bring a sleeping bag because we go through 4 bottles of wine to be sleeping in the studio.
Oh my gosh! Is it true that like wine can be arguably the worst hangover? I've never been hungover by wine. But.
It depends on the wine you're drinking. You won't get a bad hangover from something like this. Because there's not a lot of sugar in it and there's no sulfates. If you get a cheap red wine like that, pull out the Apothic Crush. This wine right here, luscious and silky. It's not either of those.
I like
things.
the color.
Yeah. The big problem with this is that
I wanted to do that. I wanted to do Apothic because I knew it was super cheap and whatever. And
this will make you feel very sick in the morning if you drink a lot of it
because it's got a lot of sugar in it.
It's not as finely produced. So it's not filtered as well. The sulfates are a little more taxing. There's more chemicals in it. I don't even know if you want me to open that or not.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I don't know. Well, because I just don't want to have a bunch of open bottles.
Oh, we're going to finish them all. So
yeah, right? Oh my gosh, it'd be a long episode.
So the legs for this is going to be longer, I assume, right?
So
this is a Malbec.
No, this is a Côte d'Aron.
Oh, Côte d'Aron is its own. Yeah. So, dude, you're gonna. I'm sorry. Once again, for people that are just watching and looking at, like, why is this host like a frickin' idiot when it comes to wine? I never want to. When people say like, speaking about wine and how it's a relaxing thing, I just don't. I don't know what I don't know. So when it comes to, like, I would like to learn about this stuff, but I never want to come across this because, like I said, I just know some people, not in a bad way, but they're just like, they know 1 or 2 things and they're like, all right, like, start doing
they get overwhelming with it. Yeah, so I try not to be that guy. I just I want people to enjoy wine for what it is, and I'm not going to overbear you with the facts. So if you like a wine, you like a wine. Like if you want to drink Barefoot wine
Contessa,
and Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garten, shout out, love her.
Yeah.
Some of the best cookbooks ever. Barefoot in Paris, read it. Good recipes. Anyway, if you drink some cheap wine but you really enjoy it, then by all means, like, you're a wine lover. That's great.
I know,
and everybody should be on that same side. You have the same person. You have some guy that comes in, you got to swirl your wine, you got to check for the legs, you got to check how much acid's in it, you got to put a brick scale in there and understand what you're drinking, you got to pair it with this, you got to pair it with that. Dude, shut up.
Yeah. Well, because I'm like, dude, I don't know the difference between Cabernet in Malbec, and then like going down to and then the difference in like what's the word, acidity between.
Yeah.
Does even white wine have acidity?
Yeah.
I assume because that. So you mentioned like between like the sweet and a dry wine. Could you give more context to that? And
yeah. So I'll give you a very basic understanding of a sweet and a dry wine. So a sweet wine is something that tastes like a juice, kind of, and a dry wine is when you take a sip of it, you kind of like kind of pucker up a little bit, and that's what I like in a wine.
What do you think about this one? Would this wouldn't be a pucker up one though, right?
No, this is like a nice middle of the road, not super sweet, not super dry.
Do you like it
like
dry?
A Sancerre. I do like a really dry wine. I had a really good one actually last week. That
this wouldn't be dry, right, Cabernet?
It will be a bit.
Okay.
This one here, I want you to try something for me.
Yeah. So, but also once again, Cabernet, and I don't want to be like so lame.
So it's
let's go down each one and like tell me the difference.
So let's just look at these ones.
At the
let's
time.
look at these ones here, right? So this is a Cabernet Sauvignon. The reason it's called Cabernet Sauvignon is because that is the name of the grape that makes the wine. So this is the Cabernet Sauvignon grape, and it's a varietal, which means there's only one grape in it. This is a Côte d'Rhône grape, or Côte d'Rhône wine, which means that it comes from the Côte d'Rhône appellation, the region. Okay. This is made in the Côte d'Rhône region of France, and it was stamped with the Côte d'Rhône thing. Côte d'Rhône wines are typically Grenache and Syrah and Mourvèdre. Those are the grapes that are typically used. This one is Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre, Marsanne, and Carignan. So there's only a couple extraneous ones, but this is listed as a round, spicy, and well-balanced wine, ideal to pair with any kind of meat. So I like it a lot, and I'm going to have you try something in a second here. But this Sancerre is quite literally just the Sancerre grape. So this is not like a regional wine. This is just Sancerre, and it's really good. So when you take your next sip of that, instead of just taking a sip like you would normally, like when you're taking a drink, take a small sip and just kind of and suck air bubbles through with it.
Oh.
See how that changes the flavor profile?
Whoa. Wait.
So like when I do it, I take a sip like this.
I feel like the comments are going to be roasting.
So I take a sip like this and just kind of little. That brings oxygen into the wine, and it changes the amount of tannins that you get off your tongue.
Yeah.
So now your tongue gets a little bit of that spice that it talks about. Like it's a little spicy. Yeah. But it's when you introduce that oxygen that it gets spicy. Because you could just take a big gulp of this, and then it's like, whoa, what the hell was that? That tasted like crap.
Yeah, let me do it just a regular gulp.
Yeah.
It does taste weird.
Yeah, it's different.
Man.
And depending on the wine that you drink, that will make more or less of a difference.
Okay. Wow. Man. So how much do your parents drink wine? Or were they so they know their stuff? Like they have like a wine cellar?
Yeah, they don't have a cellar, but they have.
Would you have a wine cellar?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing that, at some point when I have a large property with a large maybe shed out in the back that is literally only wine. It's just a shed of wine. It's a wine cellar that's not even a part of the house is what it's going to be. And it's going to turn into go down the basement, and it's going to be like a music studio with a game room and a pool table and a wine cellar, and you're going to be able to play a game of pool with being outlined.
Is that next
by
to
wines.
The golf simulator? Or?
The golf simulator is going to be in its own shed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, wine is just a huge part of my life. I'm not trying to sound like an alcoholic, but it's just the...
You're not an alcoholic.
It's a big part of the... I don't know. The way that I enjoy conversation with people.
Let's talk about this for a sec, because you started on this really quickly a little while ago in the conversation. You were mentioning how... What is it about, because obviously alcohol, like, you know, it lowers people's inhibitions and whatever.
Sure.
But there's something else with it, like, where people just more like relax and whatever. I was even
Yeah.
thinking about like it with all of our friends, like whenever we hang out, most of the time, like a good amount of times there's drinks there and whatever. But most of the time, our friends or a lot of my friends, like they aren't even like. Maybe it's just like, oh, I'm an adult and I'm relaxing and I'm treating myself. But I think like there's something else about, like, either whether it's wine or someone. I have another friend who like has like is a whiskey guy and whatever. He has like a whiskey closet, like nothing crazy fancy, like most stuff like under like $120 or whatever. But I don't. What is that like underlying motive to when you open up? Because like wine's different than having like a beer or having like
They're all
a
different.
shot, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it,
or a cocktail.
you look at it in you know, as a whole, and you look at alcohol and the hospitality industry. Generally speaking, people associate alcohol with, yes, lowered inhibitions, but not all the time, but mostly an increase in GABA in your brain, and your dopamine spikes. GABA, like your GABA receptors in your brain spike your dopamine. When you drink alcohol, it's one of the natural effects of when your stomach breaks down the alcohol and it goes in your bloodstream, your GABA goes crazy and your dopamine is like through the roof. So people are generally happy when they're drinking. So the point,
What a take.
right? Yeah, what a crazy cold take, huh? But I mean, that's like really the reasoning behind it is like having, like, let's say you have a wine cabinet or you have a cooler full of like natty ice, whatever it may be, right? That might be your form of just like of a simple pleasure. Much like some people, you know, enjoy their simple pleasure to be either food motivated, or maybe it's going out and hiking the Himalayas. Like it's.
But the thing is, like with wine, it's always it seems to me like no one has wine when they go golf, or no one has wine when they go out to. Well, that's not really true. It depends on the bar you go to and whatever. But
I get what you mean. The reason I think for that is because wine is so old and so like original and
ancient,
classy, and people aren't going to be walking around the club with a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And if you do, you're kind of a crazy person.
Yeah.
That
is true.
It like
You
not
don't
that
see someone at Soho with
with a glass of wine, but that's because it'd be ridiculous.
no one had to go with a glass of wine.
But then you look at the other side of things, and it's like, how's that any different than having like a Sapporo?
Yeah.
Well, it's not really, but if you spilled this on yourself, it would stain forever. So I guess that might be part of it. But also, wine is meant to be sipped and enjoyed and paired with food.
It's like not rushed, you know?
Yeah, it's very, very relaxed. Same thing as like, I feel the same way about like a good whiskey or a good tequila. I don't really drink a whole lot of hard alcohol, but I do enjoy some of it. I have kind of an expensive taste when it comes to whiskey and tequila.
That's
and
good
things
though,
like
because
that.
then at least you know what like you're not like doing like Jack Daniels or whatever.
But see, like that stuff is disgusting to me. Like you don't need to add caramel color to your whiskey, and if you do, you're a fraud.
Oh, that's a thing for Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't.
So if you
just drink it, I don't.
Jack Daniels, or if you take
Besides, I'm a vodka guy.
Captain Morgan. So
Morgan.
So Captain Morgan spiced rum. You know how it's brown, right?
Yeah.
It's not brown because it was aged. It's brown because they put caramel color in it to make it look brown.
Really?
Yeah, it's really just clear. And it's cheap and it's awful for you and it's disgusting and it's just not good.
Yeah, dude. That and a Coke Zero for me sometimes. I've had some guilty
guilty pleasures,
times, bro.
I'm sure you have. I mean, I've been there too. I have.
Yeah. So, maybe you covered this already, but I had this question that I wrote down where I said, "Can you scientifically explain why some wines taste better or stand out more than others, like flavor wise? Like would like the flavor of like is a California wine, is it more dry? Is it because like some people get into the whether it's the acidity or they're talking about this has hints of
bergamot
or like not bark, but like the weirdest things ever, like chestnut or
So
I don't know.
I can go into
Whatever.
that. I can go into that a little bit. So
We got some time. I think I'm going to break this up into 2 episodes, so
Okay.
we still got time for the wine stuff. Yeah.
Since I'm kind of a freak about wine, I do have a tasting journal. So every time I get a new wine, I write in a journal, what it tastes like. And it's made by Wine Foley. It's something you buy on the internet, and it guides you through like what to write for your tastings, similar to what like a sommelier would use. So I go through and I do all of that. So I have a really good idea of like a lot of wines from different regions, from different varieties that have different palates and smells and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like origin, region, so if you're, California wine can be anything from super duper sweet to extreme dry. It all depends on the vineyard. It depends on the grape variety that they use, and it depends on the technique that they use to not only ferment it but also bottle it. So you can really, it's not cut and dry. It's every single one is different. Typically, like some places in Europe have very specific AOCs, which is like
AOC.
Yeah, so it's essentially like a controlled region by like a what's it called, a committee. So a committee controls what you can and can't do with your wine. So you have to meet those standards. So there's a lot of places in Europe, like Spain has very, very specific AOC regulations. Same with France. And so a lot of the wines that come from those regions are similar because they have to meet the same, like, they have to be planted at the same date. They have to be on the same amount of, they have to have the same amount of fungicide. They have to have the same Brix content, the same alcohol content.
What's Brix content?
That's the sugar, the initial sugar content. So like a lot of those things, Brix is like fermentable sugar. Because the reason that this has alcohol in it is because the sugar fermented chemically in, a cask of sorts, whether it's stainless steel or oak. And it then created alcohol as like the OH group as a byproduct.
So yeah, Chateau, how do I say it?
Chateau Beauchesne.
Chateau Beauchesne.
Yes.
How long is it aged for? Because I guess it just depends upon the wine, right?
Well, so this is a 2023 varietal.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. But
so that means that the grapes were picked in 2023.
Oh, okay.
They were probably bottled in late 2023 or 2024. So this has been aged for about 3 years.
Okay, so what about when you start like, the fancy wine where it's like, 150, like oh, this bottle was aged for 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So is that
you get into those situations where you have a wine that's like 50 years old. And
you must have had a couple of those experiences.
I've had tastes of them, yeah, and they taste like straight up vinegar because they're just fully.
So it's just like a rich person ego thing.
It is, yeah. It's like
so
it's
are
like
all
a
of them
trophy.
super dry?
No, they're like, it's like drinking battery acid. It's not good.
Is it sometimes so it sounds like it just depends upon whatever different it seems like there's a lot of nuance and preference involved in like your own and like whatever you want for your wine.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's all personal preference because why would you drink something that you don't prefer, right? And that's like the nature of the hospitality industry is that like you need to be hospitable to people's like values, like whatever they want. Like if you don't enjoy barbecue, you're probably not going to go to the barbecue restaurant.
Yeah.
You probably go somewhere else.
Yeah.
If you don't like this wine, maybe you get this one and you like this one a lot. Or maybe you get this one and you like this a lot. Or maybe you don't like wine at all and you just don't want to drink it, and that's fine. Yeah. But it's all like there's so much out there and there's so much good information on like if you want to get into wine and you really want to understand it, there are so many resources that you can use that allow you to go to the store and make an educated decision. Because like that's something people struggle with is you get to the store and you're like, I have no idea what to buy because I don't know what I like.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so a lot of people just kind of go based off of like the label. So it's like, oh, this kind of looks like a cool label. I'm gonna get that.
I had never seen that. That was like 50% of the reason. But Mike, it is Cabernet, which I do like Cabernet.
Yeah. Cab Sauv is very.
My
good.
mom likes like Chardonnay, for instance.
I love a good Chardonnay too.
This is gonna. I'm kind of outing myself again. But like, so when it comes to, so the different types of wine we look at, there's Cabernet. There's Malbec. What are other types of Merlot is just a brand, right?
No, Merlot is a grape.
Okay.
That's a varietal, so that's a one grape in that wine, so it's the Merlot grape. There's Chardonnay, there's Cabernet Sauvignon, there's Zinfandel, there's a white Zinfandel, a red Zinfandel, pink Zinfandel.
What about like rosé? Where does that fall in? That's like white wine, right?
Yeah. That's so rosé is like actually like a pink wine.
That's
technically. That's also a French wine. I'm not a big rosé guy, but you know, to each their own.
Yeah, me neither.
But then there's things like Champagne, and Champagne has to come from the Champagne region in France. If you don't get it from Champagne region,
because Champagne
it's not a real Champagne.
Is a city, right, or a town?
Yeah. So Champagne is, yes, it's a bubbly.
Would it be considered aerated because of all the extra bubbles?
It's carbonated
or carbonated.
Yeah. So I mean, Champagne itself. So a lot of people will pop a bottle of Prosecco and be like, "Oh, I got Champagne."
I heard Prosecco isn't actually Champagne.
No, it's not, because a lot of it's not from Champagne.
Yeah.
So if it's not from Champagne, it's not Champagne. So people will get like some cheap brut Champagne
or Menet.
Yeah, Menet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them are not from Champagne.
What's like the $40 or $50 champagne that's like actual champagne?
You get Veuve Clicquot. Veuve Clicquot is pretty good.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever had that, or maybe that's not what you're thinking about. That's a really good one though.
Okay.
Are you thinking of like Dom Perignon?
Probably.
That's a little more expensive. That's in the hundreds of dollars, or if not thousands. But Dom Perignon is not very good.
See, then
it's like.
So is it just? Yeah, like is it just market? So
price doesn't mean good.
Because I thought is it like a label thing, like kind of like between like Nike and Champion?
Yeah, sure. Like if you buy a T-shirt, like I'm wearing just a black T-shirt, right? If I had this,
too.
Yeah, look at us.
True classic.
Really?
Yeah,
that's what I'm wearing too.
Oh, nice. We're not wearing the same size shirt.
It's from Target, right?
That was really good.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm wearing just a black True Classic tee. This is like a $17 T-shirt. If I were to have this same exact shirt, but it said Supreme on it, it would be $350, and I'd have to get it in a drop.
I know.
Same thing with wine. Same exact thing.
I had this question where maybe this will make more sense. Like, is wine supposed to be more like about the engineering and the chemistry, or is it about like the art of it to make it sound very snobby, if you will?
It's kind of hard. For me, I look at it because I'm very analytical. I look at it from the chemistry side, and I'm like, ooh, what did they do to make this wine taste like this? How did they cultivate these fields? Like, what did they do with these? Like, how did they trellis this? Is this a triple trellis system? Is this a horizontal trellis system? Where was it grown? How is the drainage? What kind of fungicide did they use? Did they use insecticide? Are they organically involved? All of those things go through my head when I drink a wine. Not like all at once, because that would be, crazy person activities, but like they come up in my head at some point. But then a lot of people are like, take a sip and they're thinking of like the art side of it, where it's like, this is bursting with flavor, and I can feel the whatever it is coming through my soul, and things that like
have an emotional reaction,
right? Like I'm not a very emotional person, so I don't really go through those emotional characteristics, like personally. But
It sounds like objectively, like just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's necessarily like
true. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are expensive wines that are fantastic, but there are also expensive wines that are really bad, and there are cheap wines that are really, really good.
What are the cheap ones that are good?
This one, for example, is really good.
And this was like $40, $50.
No, that was like $17.
Oh,
that
one was the $40.
Yeah, this is about 40. This one's really good. Predator Zinfandel is very good as well. If you like a Zinfandel, it's kind of like got a smoky, acidic flavor.
But
it's
it's a white wine, right?
No, it's red. A red Zin.
Huh.
I don't touch white Zins. That's disgusting to me.
Well, Zins in general, Rick. I don't know.
Huh.
Did you just check your pocket?
If you spell it,
did you just check your pocket for your Zins? Oh my gosh, jeez. I don't know how people do that, man. Like,
well,
I do, but I just get so sick. I just can't.
Yeah, so it's for me. It's a lot better than cigarettes, and it's a lot better than chewing tobacco. And so
is that when you you spit it out?
Yeah. So I used to. Dip.
Wow.
I used to dip a lot, and so I would literally have a water bottle full of black spit, which is absolutely disgusting. And I mostly dipped when I played golf because I'd be out on the course. I just kind of spit on the ground, whatever. And it I just really enjoyed it. I loved it, and all the people around me were doing it, so I did it, and I got super addicted to it, as you do, because nicotine is a very addictive chemical.
I have an addictive personality. I'm addicted to bread.
I love bread.
Bread and maybe Captain Morgan. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit.
How about some quick fire?
Give me
wine
some
stuff,
quick fire.
and then we can wrap up.
Yeah, that
Sound
works
good?
for me. I'm gonna do quick fire, but with another glass of Cote. Would you like a glass of something else, or do you want to?
What do you? I don't know, because I'm not gonna. Maybe I'll take pictures of the bottle when we wrap up. But it seems like so the other one. I'll probably have this tomorrow. But I just wanted to know your opinion really quickly.
Oh, 19
on
crimes.
Snoop's wine.
So here's
I
the
know
thing.
that you know how much this bottle is. It's
Yeah. So here's the thing about 19 crimes. It is so. This is an
Be honest.
I will.
Okay.
This is an Australian winemaker that wanted to bring like kind of a fun, catchy,
It's
easy.
got a cool label.
Yeah, kind of like a cool, like, oh, I want to get the Snoop Dogg wine, or I want to get the whatever this guy is wine, or I want to get the Whitey Bulger wine. Like, they do these things where they want to like get people involved in wine and make it easy to drink, and they're good at that. And Australians make great wine. The problem is, it's been mass produced and it's done cheaply, and it's not that great. But it's okay. It's not terrible.
Yeah, for $10.
Yeah. This is a wine that you could drink and enjoy it and not have to worry about the fact that it was $10. Like they make a decent wine. I just think that their labels are a bit blasphemous. That's all. I just don't like the way they market.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like
That's
when it
fair.
says, "Oh, this is super bold."
Dark red.
Yeah.
Look at the front. Dark red.
Look how dark that red is, brother. Like, that's not. It's really not that bold. I know for a fact it's not that bold. This is probably bolder than that. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
Should we open one more?
Yeah.
I'll just bring it to Shane's. One to Shane's.
Yeah. So here's the problem I have with the Apothic. I think we should open the Apothic because it's funny.
All right. Just for shits and giggles, show the camera.
Yeah.
Show the camera.
So we get the Apothic Crush. In what world is a wine soft? How does a liquid feel soft? When I think of that, I think of like a lotion. I'm not sure I want to drink a lotion. You know what I'm saying? That seems a little off-putting. Luscious and silky. When I think of silky, I think of like a
Bed
like
sheets.
yeah, like a Egyptian cotton bed sheet. So what am I be drinking? Some like soft Egyptian cotton? I don't know. But whoever's on their marketing team probably doesn't speak English because this doesn't make any sense.
That's so true. Oh my gosh. So last thing too, I'm sorry, I probably asked this earlier, but my ADHD mind probably forgot. What is the difference between Malbec and Cabernet besides the grape itself?
That's the only difference.
What do you prefer more? Cab?
No, Malbec.
Oh. Malbec goes best with steak, right?
It goes very well with steak, yeah. So does Cab Sauv.
Did you have dinner, by the way?
No.
Oh, I could get some steak, bro.
Steak would be kind of. I don't know if I could do steak. I had a lobster roll for lunch.
Oh.
It was very, very good.
Oh my gosh.
It was from. I was in Portsmouth, so I was right on the water.
Oh, you were on the coast this morning?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Were you at your house?
Yeah. Well, I stopped by there, and then I walked around on the beach, and then I went to Portsmouth. Not downtown.
Never gone out in Portsmouth. Seems so cool, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's got to be a destination for the summer.
Yeah, we'll go there in the summer because
I want to see your house too.
Whenever we go to Hampton, it's like a 20-minute ride to Portsmouth. So
right. Yeah, can't be.
Go up there. They've got really good food.
We could do Play Peace as well. I know it's pretty busy.
Good. I prefer
you want a
Breakfast Hill.
Oh, Shane's played there. I've never played there.
Breakfast Hill's really good. Sagamore, Hampton, Abenaki. They're all really... Abenaki's in Rye, and it's fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I went to Rye Beach. That was the spot when I was a kid.
Oh, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah. Wow.
And you get away from like the riffraff at Hampton Beach, which is what
just with Hampton, bro. There's just condoms and seaweed and cigarettes in the water, dude.
Which is what makes it so fun.
Oh man. Well, this has been fun. You know what's funny? Like I remember I saw like sometimes servers will go up and they'll be like, all right, I think it was like a viral thing on like
they pour it and they're like, and they have you smell it,
or they do the.
That is so dumb. I've poured a lot of wine. You can do it with two hands like this, or you do it with one hand, but then you just got to rotate it out and then wipe it.
I
with
like
your,
that.
And then you wipe it with your
like
pinky,
that.
And then you give it the French kiss, and then you walk away. So here we go, Ben. We're going to be trying here now the Apothic Crush. This is going to taste like a soft Egyptian cotton sheet, probably 10,000 thread count that you would get at maybe, Target in the home section.
Got a Market Basket, so. Wait, come on, dude. You're not even looking at the legs on this. You're not even appreciating. What?
Ben, give this a good smell and tell me what you think it smells like.
You want me to put my nostrils?
Yeah, give this a good smell. Tell me what you think it smells like.
Smells like a melting rose bush.
All right. I'm going to tell you what I think it smells like.
That's such good ASMR.
This smells like what I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sewer smells like. This smells like Master Splinter's used bed sheets.
You just go and take it like a shot, like. Oh. I'm not doing this just because I'm on camera. It's like someone took a crappier version of. No, this is the white. No, this is the red one. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's have another glass of this. And someone just like put like 2 old sticks of butter. Dude, I have this hilarious wine story, by the way. When I was living... I don't know if I told you this. When I was living in Londonderry, we had some wine, all right? And we know when we were in Londonderry, we weren't drinking wine. We were just having liquor. And we call it Arkansas mineral water. But really, it's French vodka, so at least we get some points there.
Grey
Rick.
Goose is very good, yeah.
And I don't know. One of us had like wine or whatever. And it was 5 a.m. in the morning. I was going to work. It was a Wednesday. I remember I was late to work, actually. And so I'm like doing a bagel, and I'm like not awake. I'm trying to put my shoes on, and I'm right next to the kitchen, and all of a sudden I hear this boom. and the wine bottle exploded
Yeah.
all over the place, bro.
Yeah.
It went like, and we had this wine there probably for like 2 or 3 months, and to be fair, I don't think it was mine. I think it was one of the other guys I was living with at the time. But I took a video because we had like a big project or whatever on the seacoast, so I couldn't be late. So I cleaned most of it up. I'm like, hey guys, there's a little bit over here. We're gonna have to just make it happen and whatever. But I didn't realize that the fermentation, if I don't know, if not treated well enough, or I don't know but it just like it exploded all over the place.
Yeah, it creates pressure.
And it scared the crap out of me.
That must have been a really, really cheap wine. Because typically...
It's probably 19 crimes or something.
No, 19 crimes... Fucking A.
Oh, come on, Rick.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. That got me.
What's the most sacrilegious thing regarding wine? Like, what if someone like took like 19 crimes and then took like this and like put it in the same glass? It's like, how retarded are you?
Yeah, no, it gets bad. I mean, this brand, bro, I don't know if I could finish this. I really don't. Because it tastes like a sewer.
Dude, take it like a shot. Ready?
What? Salut.
For the last house on the left. Whoa.
That is the worst thing about. I need to.
Yeah, we might have to punt it once we get out of here.
This might be going into the Merrimack River. So let me just. Could I read this?
Please go right ahead.
So Apothic Crush, a luscious blend that exudes.
Wait, you need to say this like you're Morgan Freeman doing like a voiceover for like a trailer.
All right,
Ready?
All right. Apothic Crush, a luscious blend that exudes a silky sophistication. This wine has an abundant note of dark black fruit, like black cherry and raspberry. Since when is raspberry a dark black fruit? I don't know. With aromas of caramel and milk chocolate. Enjoy our signature.
But this is wine. How's chocolate and wine? Sorry.
There are a lot of red wines that have a little bit of a chocolate flavor. This tastes like wastewater.
Like nuclear plant?
This tastes like dog water. Like whatever your dog didn't finish in the bowl and you sopped it up. That's what this tastes like. Throw in a hint of like dirty laundry. Maybe like the tea in Boston. Just the smell of the tea. That's one of the worst wines I've ever had in my life, and I'm so glad that you brought it.
Let's end with quick fire, all right?
Yep.
Red or white wine?
Red.
Decanting, necessary or dramatic?
Dramatic.
The best grape?
Cabernet Franc.
Ooh, this is a good one. I forgot I put this down. Best celebrity wine. I don't know that too many, honestly. I only know like 3. You know the... Yeah, 3.
Best celebrity wine?
Yeah. Where should I have a couple in my head. Ready? I can list a couple. Well, I guess that it would be a non sequitur then, because if you hadn't had a lot of celebrity wine, which is probably a good thing.
Well, I haven't. I don't know if I ever have. That's why I'm trying to figure that out.
All right. Well, we'll move on. Best wine under $40.
Probably like a decent vintage of a Chateauneuf du Pape, or even maybe this Sancerre could be up there too.
All right. Most overrated wine region. Are you gonna say Napa Valley?
Napa Valley.
Whoa! Why?
That's just overrated.
Yeah.
Inherently, that's how it is.
I need to go though. I need to.
Yeah, you got to go. Yeah, but it's overrated. It's overpriced, and you know.
Does temperature matter?
Yeah.
All right. Wine chemistry or art?
Chemistry.
Wine pairing, strict or flexible? I don't know what this is, but
Flexible.
I assume so. That would be in reference to the.
So your wine pairing is completely dependent on your palate.
Yeah, so it's subjective.
Yeah.
Ooh, best entree to pair wine with. I guess that's a pretty open-ended
So let's
question.
let's just use this wine as an example. This wine I would probably put with like a duck confit. So do like with duck or like a mushroom risotto. Be perfect.
Okay, cool. Mushroom risotto. Champagne only for celebrations? Like weddings or...
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
agree with that.
all right. What? Give me, or actually, I'll say that for the end. Ice in wine. Should you go to jail for it?
Ice in a red wine? Yeah, absolutely. Go to jail. Go to jail. Do not pass go.
Don't collect $200.
Yeah. Ice in a light like a Pinot Grigio or something on a really hot summer day. Totally acceptable.
Okay. Couple more. American or European wines?
European.
Yep. Boxed wine, yes or no?
Some boxed wines are fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought boxed wines...
I have one that is one of my favorite wines of all time, and it comes in a box.
Tell your camera.
So, one of my favorite wines of all time comes in a box, and it's called Vin des Lumières, which is Vines of the Lights in French. And I can never find it in the store. I have to like order it online, which makes me feel like a loser that I'm ordering a box of wine online.
Yeah.
But my mother actually got me a box for my birthday last year, which was really cool.
Shout out to Mom.
Shout out to Mom. Thank you so much. But anyway, it's a really, really good wine, and it just happens to come in a box. There are box wines that are really cheap and awful, but there are also some that are very good. So,
Legs on wine glass.
legs,
course.
super important.
Yeah.
Super important.
Does price change perception?
Yeah, of course. Because you go to the store and you look at something on the top shelf and it's super expensive, you think that's going to be really good, but it might not be that good. So,
Okay. And then wine snob red flags.
A red flag for me is when people immediately decide that they have to like some crazy outlandish like dry cab sauv from like the western side of the Napa Valley because they have some kind of crazy whatever it is, like when they
Cali from the Valley.
yeah, right, like whatever it is that you like it for a reason, right? You're not just like drinking it because you want to be that guy.
Yeah.
The biggest red flag for me is that, where it's like, that's my favorite, but I've never seen them actually drink it, don't understand what they're talking about. That's a red flag.
Okay. And last question, we'll get out of here. What is the next wine that you're recommending that I should get into? Because I kind of lean towards Malbec and red wine.
You do?
Yeah.
So you prefer Malbecs?
Yeah, obviously I didn't bring any today.
So I have, I think it's Saint Tropez, I think is the brand. I don't remember fully, but I must have a picture of it somewhere on my phone, that makes a high altitude, high country, Argentinian sourced Malbec that is absolutely incredible. It's to die for. Imagine a wine melting in your mouth. Similar to like a good steak with like a lot of fat where it's like just melts away.
Ribeye?
Yeah, has a little bit of a saltiness in there, but a little bit bitter, but then you get like that flush of the cherry. It's incredible.
Man. Rick, thank you, man. We had quite an episode. Actually, probably 2 episodes. So, stay tuned, guys, for once May comes around, we start busting out videos.
Yeah, we're gonna
all
have
this
the
stuff.
YouTube golf going, so that's gonna be really big.
Yeah, cool. Well, dude, thanks for coming on. This was a blast, and it'd be almost funny if we had like some of the other guys on, and we
Yeah,
just,
we
like,
should. Yeah, if we
find
could-
out a format where we can have like wine or do like, I don't know, if we all like got like a couple of different wines, be like, all right, we have to like do a wine test or figure it out.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, we could make some mini games or something to get people involved, and
Yeah, that'd be sick. 'Cause
maybe we do one of the episodes for our golf channel. Maybe is a
we do
wine
a precursor.
challenge.
Yeah.
We do a wine challenge.
Oh, dude.
It's like if you lose the hole, you have to drink Apothic Crush.
And that is the last house on the left, people. You heard it here first, man.
Thanks
Rick,
for having me.
thanks, man. You're a legend. Peace.